Welcome to the graduation ceremony of the Visionary Compacts Accelerator Program 2024.
My name is Adeola Babatunde, and I'm the Chief Learning Officer at Present Right Academy, an organization that helps women build their confidence in public speaking. And my VCAP goal was to help at least 1 million women build and sustain profitable businesses in Africa.
This is the third cohort of this very comprehensive coaching and mentorship system for high growth visionaries of African descent.
I knew that somewhere there was the ability to stretch beyond the ordinary and to do extraordinary things. But VCAP was like that catalyst, that poof, just took me from where I was to where I wanted to be.
The best part of the program that moved me from just ideating and thinking about things to execution was the execution blueprint. I feel like it's a powerhouse.
I welcome you to an epoch-making era of execution in your life, because VCAP isn't about tall, it's about walk. If you work it, it will work for you. Remember, when you have a vision, you don't need permission. See you at the next cohort. Thank you.
Personal power.
VCAP!
Visionary vibe.
VCAP!
Majestic mastery.
VCAP!
Excellent execution.
VCAP!
Remarkable results.
VCAP!
Real revenue.
VCAP!
Wonderful wealth.
VCAP!
Legacy leadership.
VCAP!
We are
the elite cohort!
And we welcome you
to VCAP!
25. Woo! I was following them to shout VCAP. VCAP! Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of the Visionary Talk Show. How are you doing today? Let me feel your excitement in the comment section. Let me know, how are you feeling in this moment? I am feeling super excited and grateful. I am feeling grateful to be here again on day 2 of the Visionary Talk Show. So let me see your comments in the comment section. Let me know how you're feeling. What word describes how you're feeling? I'm feeling excited, like I said already. So I want to hear from you. Let me know. And if you're here and you have a friend that should be with us, please go and call them that the show has commenced. And we don't want anyone missing out. This train is about to take off. This plane is about to fly, right? And we don't want anyone missing out. So let me give you like a few minutes to quickly send this link now to somebody who should be here with us. If you were here yesterday, let me hear you. Let me see you. Why am I saying here? Let me see you type light. Because yesterday was all shades of light coming in from our guests. So let me see you in the comment section typing light if you were here yesterday. But if today is the first time you're joining us, maybe you missed out yesterday, we forgive you. Ensure you go and watch the replay on the YouTube channel, all right? So if it's your first time today joining us, let me see you type first timer, so that we can pass you, our small chops and zobo and some parfait. All right. So if it's your first time joining us today, which is day 2, let me see you say first timer in the comment section. If you're joining us on Instagram, thank you for joining us. Welcome. We're also going to be reading your comments. So please feel free to be a part of the conversation by typing in the comment section. I see some light in the comments. Project manager says light. Abosi Abosi Lillian says light. That means she was here yesterday. Sumbo Adedeji says first timer. Yeah, you are welcome. You are welcome. We are happy to have you here. Thank you for joining us today. So Abosi Lillian and others who are typing like Sevier, Lady Perpetua, what was yesterday like? Let us give our first timer like Sumbo a taste of the iceberg of what yesterday was like. So give it to her as it's hot. Serve it hot in the comment section. Let her know how yesterday was for you, all right? So that that can prep her up for today and increase her expectation for what is to come today, all right? So please let's show Sumbo some love, our first timer, all right? Okay, Sam Kelisi Way. Wow, that's a mouthful. Mbomezulu. I'm sure this is from South Africa. It's our first time as well. First time today we have watched on YouTube, but you watched on YouTube. Fantastic. You are the real MVP. Thank you, Sam. Thank you so much for joining us today. Priscilla, also is your first time. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Okay. Okay, fantastic. I love this crowd, you see. Sumba says, see, I'm here because I watched it yesterday. So it's not like I missed out on anything. I love it. I love it. All right. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for joining us today. So today, as we dive right into the conversation, we're going to be having two lovely visionaries join us on the talk show today. And of course, in case you're watching us for the first time and joining us for the first time, the Visionary Talk Show is essentially designed to engage you, to inspire you as a visionary. So if you carry a vision, a dream, that is burning in your heart, and you just know that there is more to you than what you currently are, and you carry this passion to want to be more, to want to change the world, this is the show for you, right? And so through our engagement, through this conversation that we're having with these visionaries, we want to ignite that passion more in you. We want to provoke your thoughts. We want to, share with you real life experiences of people who have been there, done that. So our visionaries have been there, they've done that. I want to introduce you to a super amazing community called VCAP, which is the Visionary Accelerator Compass program, right? And it's such an amazing community that would help you birth that vision that is burning in your heart. But we want you to experience it from the lens of those who have been in this community, and that's what the talk show is about. Yesterday we talked about executing big. We talked about big dreams, right? We talked about living your goals, bringing it to life. Today we're talking about the execution formula for extraordinary success. So we're going to be really digging deep into the execution mindset. If you want to execute on that big dream that you carry, what is the type of mindset that you should have? What are some things that you need to put in place? What are some actions that you need to take? So our visionaries today are going to be sharing from that perspective, sharing what worked for them. What was their own execution formula? What were some of the challenges that they encountered and how they were able to, work around it? These are many more are what we are going to be talking about today. So if you're ready for today's session, in the comment, please type ready. Ready, 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 ready. Type ready in the comment section. Let me know that, okay, you are good to go. Like your note is with you, your pen is with you, and your water as well, right? We need you to take some water with you as well. And as we go along, we're going to also give you another break to quickly go and fill up your cup so that you are not thirsty at all. We want you to be refreshed. Fantastic. I see all the readies in the comment section. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, gentlemen. Of course, I need to mention this quickly before we go into the conversation to say VCAP is not only for women. So if you know a man who also carries a vision, who knows that they're here for more, you can send the link to them to join us in this conversation. VCAP is not for women only; it's for visionaries. Yesterday, some people were asking, is there an age restriction? No. If you are a visionary, you are qualified to be in VCAP, all right? And of course, as we go along today as well, we're going to open up, the application for you to apply to VCAP. So yes, welcome, Lady Iyokon. It says my first time being in the live session. Whoop, whoop, we are ready. Whoop, whoop. I love it. I love it. I love it. Fantastic. All right. So I think we're ready to go. You guys have said, okay, let's do this. So I'm going to keep quiet and have you, meet our guests, and then we will dive right into the conversation. Let's meet our guests.
Ijoma Adesoya is a social entrepreneur passionate about empowering women, fostering gender inclusion, and celebrating African heritage. She is the founder of Every Good Work Co., a faith-driven platform mentoring women to live purposefully through initiatives like the Seed Program and Vision Conference. Through Cobicam Africa, she drives gender equality by providing strategic advisory services, unconscious bias training, and inclusive policy development for organizations across Africa. As the creative force behind Nima Tie Atelier, she blends fashion with impact, creating African-inspired women's wear while supporting girls' education through the Wrapped in Love initiative. With a background in finance, leadership, and enterprise development, Ijoma continues to champion women's empowerment, inclusion, and social change. She lives in Lagos, Nigeria, with her husband and 3 children.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us make welcome Ijoma Adesoya.
Fumi Alagbe is a visionary leader and passionate advocate for legacy families, committed to raising children who embody, reflect, and replicate the image of God, advancing the kingdom agenda for families. As the founder of Rise to Parents, she equips parents with practical tools and transformative insights to navigate modern parenting challenges while inspiring children to reach their fullest potential. A certified parent educator, Fumi is a sought-after speaker and expert in misbehavior management, sexuality and gender education, technology and social media influence, life skills development, and child safeguarding and protection. As a member of the Positive Discipline Association of North America, she champions effective and respectful parenting strategies for families. She is also an alumnus of the Institute for National Transformation, where she completed an executive leadership program, and a graduate of the Visionary Compass Accelerator program by the Immerse Coaching Company. Additionally, she holds certifications in child safeguarding, family strengthening, and leadership coaching from the Taiwo Akinlami Academy. Fumi's global impact spans Nigeria, Canada, and the United Kingdom, giving her a cross-cultural perspective on parenting. This international exposure enables her to guide parents through the complexities of raising children in diverse cultural and educational environments. Her expertise is further enriched by her work in the Canadian education system and her role as a school parents council member in the UK, granting her first-hand knowledge of the Western education landscape. Beyond parenting, Fumi seamlessly integrates her corporate background in geoscience, data analysis, and project management, leveraging over a decade in the oil and gas industry to develop structured, systems-based approaches to parenting, perfect for busy professionals seeking balance in their family life. Fumi has written 2 impactful books, including How to Talk to Your Child and Sex Without Shame. Her writings provide practical guidance for parents looking to nurture open, healthy research and faith-based conversations with their children. As a catalyst for change, Fumi is unwavering in her commitment to helping families thrive despite challenges of parenting in the digital age. She believes in raising a generation of children who are deeply rooted in values, purpose-driven, and equipped to be world changers. Fumi is happily married to Dr. Tim Alagbe, and together they are raising their 3 wonderful children with faith, wisdom, and intentionality. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Fumi Alagbe. Fumi Alagbe is a visionary leader and passionate advocate for legacy families, committed to raising children who embody, reflect, and replicate the image of God, advancing the kingdom agenda for families. As the founder of Rise to Parents, She equips parents with practical tools and transformative insights to navigate modern parenting challenges while inspiring children to reach their fullest potential. A certified parent educator, Fumi is a sought-after speaker and expert in misbehavior management, sexuality and gender education, technology and social media influence, life skills development, and child safeguarding and protection. As a member of the Positive Discipline Association of North America, she champions effective and respectful parenting strategies for families. She is also an alumnus of the Institute for National Transformation, where she completed an executive leadership program, and a graduate of the Visionary Compass Accelerator program by the Immerse Coaching Company. Additionally, she holds certifications in child safeguarding, family strengthening, and leadership coaching from the Taiwo Akinlami Academy. Fumi's global impact spans Nigeria, Canada, and the United Kingdom, giving her a cross-cultural perspective on parenting. This international exposure enables her to guide parents through the complexities of raising children in diverse cultural and educational environments. Her expertise is further enriched by her work in the Canadian education system and her role as a school parents' council member in the UK, granting her first-hand knowledge of the Western education landscape. Beyond parenting, Fumi seamlessly integrates her corporate background in geoscience, data analysis, and project management, leveraging over a decade in the oil and gas industry to develop structured, systems-based approaches to parenting, perfect for busy professionals seeking balance in their family life. Fumi has written 2 impactful books, including How to Talk to Your Child and Sex Without Shame. Her writings provide practical guidance for parents looking to nurture open, healthy, research and faith-based conversations with their children. As a catalyst for change, Fumi is unwavering in her commitment to helping families thrive despite challenges of parenting in the digital age. She believes in raising a generation of children who are deeply rooted in values, purpose-driven, and equipped to be world changers. Fumi is happily married to Dr. Tim Alagbe, and together they are raising their 3 wonderful children with faith, wisdom, and intentionality. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Fumi Alagbe.
I love the chorus.
Fumi Alagbe is a visionary leader and passionate advocate for legacy families, committed to raising children who embody, reflect, and replicate the image of God, advancing the kingdom agenda for families. As the founder of Rise to Parents, she equips parents with practical tools and transformative insights to navigate modern parenting challenges while inspiring children to reach their fullest potential. A certified parent educator, Fumi is a sought-after speaker and expert in misbehavior management, sexuality and gender education, technology and social media influence, life skills development, and child safeguarding and protection. As a member of the Positive Discipline Association of North America, she champions effective and respectful parenting strategies for families. She is also an alumnus of the Institute for National Transformation, where she completed an executive leadership program, and a graduate of the Visionary Compass Accelerator program by the Immerse Coaching Company. Additionally, she holds certifications in child safeguarding, family strengthening, and leadership coaching from the Taiwo Akinlami Academy. Fumi's global impact spans Nigeria, Canada, and the United Kingdom, giving her a cross-cultural perspective on parenting. This international exposure enables her to guide parents through the complexities of raising children in diverse cultural and educational environments. Her expertise is further enriched by her work in the Canadian education system and her role as a school parents' council member in the UK, granting her first-hand knowledge of the Western education landscape. Beyond parenting, Fumi seamlessly integrates her corporate background in geoscience, data analysis, and project management, leveraging over a decade in the oil and gas industry to develop structured, systems-based approaches to parenting.
No, I think it's from the either from the platform or something. Something is
Okay, we're
definitely
on now.
going. We're on now. Yes, we are on now. We're on now. Okay, guys, fear not. We're here. We're trying to sort it out. So let me know, confirm in the comment section that you can hear me now and you can see all three of us. Okay, I see. Dina, thank you. Dina says it's on now. Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. There was just a technical glitch, but we're back. We're back. We're back. Awesome. 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 So I was saying we had already almost started the conversation. So thank you guys for keeping the comment section buzzing, because we would have dove right into the conversation, not knowing you can't see or hear us yet. So thank you so much. So keep the engagement coming. I was asking our guests how they were feeling in this moment, and they both chorused, "We're excited." And I'm like, yes. That's what we want to hear. That's the spirit. All right. So welcome again to the Visionary Talk Show. Now, today we're talking about execution. So we're going to be diving right deep. It's like, see, you came here to give us expo. All right. So we're going to dive right into it. And the way I'm going to do it is I'll ask a question, and then both of you will take turns in answering that same question, because we want to see or want to hear from both of you and from your different perspective, because your journeys are unique to you. So my first question that I'm going to ask is, I want you to give us a brief overview of your vision in VCAP, but then share with us, if you were to say, this is the execution, formula that worked for me, and I want to dash you people as a replicable formula to apply to your own vision, what would it be? Anyone can go first.
Okay, well, maybe I can go. Good
All right.
evening from my own side of the world, everyone. I'm super excited to be here, like I said earlier on. And thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you to DDK, the lead coach, for this opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity to come your way and to be, in this talk show. Last year, I was also watching this talk show for the very first time, and never really thought I would be here, in this talk show today. I was looking at them like, this looks like what I would need, and I didn't know how I was going to go about it. But here I am today. It's just a testimony. So, what was the vision that brought me into VCAP? For me, I am a parenting coach, and I've been doing parenting, I would say, activities. So I've been here and there without a particular direction or system, and structure to really do my work. So for me, I started with parenting. I was having workshops with parents in Canada, where I was, in-person workshops. And at some point, it wasn't like it was structured. There was no structure. It was just like, I will come up, we'll do something this month. In 2 months' time, I will do something again. Or somebody will say, oh, this is needed. Then I will go for it. But then I knew something was missing. So I was looking for a system, something that will help me to really birth the vision I had. And a whole lot of journey. I don't want to bore us, because I don't want to talk about that story, because it will take a long time to get through it. But let me go straight to the question that was asked. So my vision that I brought into VCAP was to create a solution to combat the problem of identity crisis, low self-esteem, mental health issues that is prevalent amongst children today in the digital world. And the idea that God gave me, that I brought into VCAP, was to create an affirmation system, a digital alarm and affirmation system that will deliver daily positive affirmation to children and also parents on a daily basis. It will have inspiring stories. It will have, scriptural insights, and just that we can help, them in mind reclamation and help them to become who God wants them to be. So, speaking to that, their identity, looking at dispelling all the negative subconscious conditioning that's been there. So we want to leverage the power of affirmation to do that. That means we're going to build an app for that, a software app development. And there's a second part to it, which is a physical digital device that will be in each child's room, which will sound, it'd be like an alarm system, but it has affirmation in it, wakes them up, reads affirmation, and it's something that's part of the family. So I had that vision, the very first, it came at a point where I was engaging in some spiritual activities, having encountered DDK. DDK happened to me, my life never remained the same again on the kingdom of spiritual aspects. So I was, engaging in some spiritual activities. The very first day in the year, I was just meditating and that idea came to me. So I was carrying it, and I'm a doer. So I've been putting things, I'll be researching and seeing how am I going to do this. And then because I recently, started to engage with DDK so closely, I was determined that year that I was going to go for the immense program, the mastermind, the female mastermind program, that possibly that could help me. But when I was, listening to this talk show exactly a year ago, something within me was really witnessing and saying, this is exactly what you need. This is what, in fact, I have already paid for the mastermind program, and the VCAP was being, advertised. I'm like, there was that witness within me that this is what I needed. So I came into VCAP, and I thank God it was the best decision I made last year. So I was able to execute. And what were the formulas that helped me? Let me go to the second part of the question. One is having the clear vision, clear goal. Because I believe you are trying to do something and you don't have a clear goal, it's just like you're in a dark room and you're trying to shoot an arrow. You don't know where it's going to. You don't know where it's going to land. So you just be, moving and then just be guessing yourself, trying to hit a target. But then it's different from where you have clear-cut direction of where you're going to. So, and that being said, I'm not saying that when you're coming into VCAP, you should come with something that is very clear, because the VCAP program itself is designed to help you clarify. There are people that will come into VCAP with certain vision. You think, oh, you've gotten it. By the time you go through weeks of clarification, you will realize that your vision becomes very clear. So what success formula for execution, one, you need to have a very clear goal. The second thing I would say is alignment. And what do I mean by that? It means that how does every action you take, everything you're doing, how does it align with where you're going? Sometimes many of us have things that we're doing, but it has no bearing. It has nothing in connection to the vision that we have. So for me, I was brutally honest with myself and said, if I'm doing this today, how does this activity align with where I'm going? And that will help you to keep focus. Because if you don't align, you'll just be, busy without any progress. It's just like you're in a treadmill. You're moving. There's a lot of effort, but there's no progress. So for me, you have to align everything that you're doing with where you're going. And the third thing I would say is having what I call an execution culture. An execution culture. And that is exactly what VCAP provided. Everything you needed to execute is there. From the core curriculums that helps your mindset, it's really help you to see things in a different way. It really shaped and changes your perspective about things, remove and, all those normalized nonsense. You will have heard people say that, you need to excel that. And then it really shapes you, helps you to see things, helps you to differentiate between ambition and vision. So that core curriculum is there first. And then the second thing is that you have the execution blueprint itself that gives you, step-by-step a guide on how to go about whatever your vision is. That is there. So that's part of what I call the execution culture. And that's not enough. You also need that catalytic community, that people, and that accountability system that will help you. Because you can, have that vision, you can get started, but along the way, things happen, life happens to people, and then they stop, So having that culture, it has everything that you needed to make sure that your system, your vision comes to life. As for me, if I will answer that question, to recap what I've been saying, you have to have a clear vision, clear goal, and then you have to align everything you're doing in the direction of where you're going. And thirdly, have that execution culture, an environment that will help you, to ensure that you have success.
Woo, so good. So good. I love it. It's the languaging for me. When you begin to hear catalytic execution culture, you know now. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. All right. So over to you, Lady IJ. Give us
Yeah.
extra on top of this.
So I feel like Visionary Fumi said a lot, but hello everyone. My name is Ijoma Adesanya. I'm very excited to be here. I also watched these sessions last year, so it's very interesting that I'm here giving my own perspective, and it was very interesting hearing what everyone had to share. So the vision I came into VCAP with. So honestly, when I came into VCAP, I came with my bag of the different things that I do. And so one thing that was good is that I had to break it down and choose one, right? And that was difficult to do, but I ended up choosing an idea that I had sort of fleshed out a little bit, but needed a lot more work in it, right? And to put in a lot more structure. And so the vision was for women. It was to raise or reach 1 million visionary women around the world. And truly like impact them and help them fulfill their potential. When I think about my journey, I started my career in finance. I went into development and gender inclusion. Everything that I've done has been focused on women. And so I wanted to create an atmosphere, an avenue, and a community for women to thrive, right? And so we started doing webinars for women and connecting them to building in partnership with God. It was called Build to Last. And so when I came on VCAP, we now transferred into what we now call Every Good Work. And the journey to that was very interesting. My accountability coach was Coach EJ, who is the one that we're having this conversation with. So she understands the journey, but it was a very pivotal point in my life. And there were so many things that led me there. And then what's the second part of the question? In terms of
The
my
execution
execution
formula.
formula, yes, I would say that one thing that I really learned was connecting to my why. And I feel like Visionary for me has shared a lot of it, connecting to my why, connecting to why I do what I do, connecting to who I am in the first place. What are my strengths? What are my, what would I do if, what would I do for free? Right? What is one thing that I would do for free if nobody was going to pay me? What is that one thing that I would do? I needed to connect to that. What is that thing that keeps me up at night? I am very passionate about seeing women fulfill their potential, period, like on any level. And so what I've done with, Every Good Work is looking at it from every level, from a business level, from a personal level, from just any angle. How can women do better? How can they feel better about themselves? And so I feel like connecting to my why was very important, because that is what drives me, right? As well as surrounding yourself with people who have the same passion as you. When I say passion, I mean they want to make a difference. They want impact, right? When you surround yourself with people who want to be change agents and who want to transform the world around them, it drives you and it motivates you. And that's one of my drivers as well. I also think that my execution formula was putting structures in place. And that is where VCAP came in. When I got into VCAP at first, I was like, what is going on here? It was a lot. I mean, when we had sessions, when I used to watch sessions like this, and they'll say, oh, it's so much, you just have to be ready, you have to be, prepared. And I'm like, what is it? Can it really be that bad? I mean, I've gone through programs, but I feel like this one really stretches you. It stretches your capacity, it stretches your ability to know what is possible. And I feel like that was a big deal for me, right? So I was doing so many things. I have my gender inclusion company, I have a fashion company, and then I was launching this coaching company, this visionary company, right? But I was starting to feel like I was doing too much. But when I came on VCAP, it's like, no, you're not. I mean, there are people who are doing more. They have families, they have so many things, and they're sustaining it. But it was just the mindset that needed to shift, right? And so I think that that's an execution formula. What is your mindset? When you align your mindset to where God would have you, to God's vision for you, then you're on a good path, right? And then finally, I would say planning. Right. I feel like Coach EJ and I did something at the end of last year based on VCAP, right? It was my roadmap roadmap for 2025 for every good work. And honestly, if not for that roadmap, I don't know what I'll be doing right now. Because what the roadmap does is that you're planning the year. So you're putting in your calendar and slotting in everything that you need to do for the year. What are the things that you need to achieve? How are you going to achieve them? What are the webinars that we need to do? When is our conference? All of that. And so even for us now, the conference planning has begun, even though it's in October, because I have a roadmap. And so, those are the things. Planning makes everything so much easier. When you're trying to catch up, which is what I was doing last year, I struggled. But because this year I now understand that, having a roadmap is important, I applied the same for every good work across my other businesses so that I don't struggle as well in those ones. And those were the things. So yeah, connecting to your why, surrounding yourself with the right people, putting structures in place, and then planning ahead. Yeah.
Ooh, so good. So good, guys. How are you feeling? I'm feeling so proud. Like this, like, wow, clear goals. Align yourself, align everything you're doing to that goal. Execution culture, catalytic community. Connect to your why. Surround yourself with people of like passion. Put structures in place and plan. I know there are a lot of people like, we are sanguines. We are very spontaneous people. We don't like planning. Plan, please. So that on the days that you don't have that inspiration, you can go back to the plan and say, okay, what were we supposed to be doing? And you can get back on track to continue to do the work. Well done. Thank you so much, Lady Fumi and Lady Ijoma, for sharing that. My next question for you two is, now we can see the formula. Obviously, we can see the work that the formula has done in you, in that your vision is alive, is running, and is morphing into even something bigger. But can you share with us a time during this journey when your execution plan did not go as expected? How did you pivot, or how did you realign to stay on course? Because a lot of people have this initial plan, and then for some reason, whether it is life or whatever, just, kind of takes them off course. Did you experience that? And how were you able to align and come back to focus on course?
Do you want to go?
Can I go?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this for me is a very it's a very interesting question, because yes, I did. When I got into VCAP, like everything was going really well, and then we got into the execution proper. So the first trimester was fine. We're listening to the core curriculum. I was always on point. Everything was on task, and then we moved into the execution. And bear in mind that I was starting this new company, and it was called Build to Last, or before, right? And we would have webinars and stuff, and I needed to move it into this bigger vision. But I struggled with, first of all, coming up with the new name, right? So I realized that Build to Last, there are probably like 20 books called Build to Last, right? There are so many things, so many webinars, podcasts called Build to Last, and even marriage talks and everything. I was like, okay, no, this vision that God has given me, it has to be a name that, he has given me. And so I had planned my, I was planning my conference, and I didn't have a name. I didn't have a name for my organization. And I remember like Coach EJ and I would go get on calls and go back and forth. Okay, this name, nothing was clicking. And I remember, this is a by the side, but I had just said to her that, you know what, I'm going to go to Heavenly Portal meeting, and I'm going to get a name in that place. But before then, what I want to really speak on was that there was a lot of pressure. I felt a lot of pressure on me to move forward, because, I had booked the conference date, all of that. But I find that, you don't have to take on that pressure. I decided not to, and went back to the drawing board with God, right? Because when you see that you're getting stuck, it means that there's something that is not aligned. And so I had to take a step back and be like, what is it? What is missing here? What is going on here? And taking that step back wasn't easy, because Coach EJ was on my neck. So much was happening. I was supposed to be executing, but I was still trying to get the name. But I can guarantee you that 100%, I today, even up till today, believe I made the right choice in taking that step back. So there's something that in my former company, General Electric, we used to say, stay lean to go far. right? Sometimes you have to take a step back to like, do you see what I'm saying? Catapult into, you know, the future and what you're trying to do. And so I felt like there was a lot of learning for me there. And at the right time, when I went to, as I said to myself that I'm going to Heavenly Portal meeting and the name is going to come. And I got to Heavenly Portal meeting. I was praying, I was dancing, I was jumping everywhere. And then I had my notebook. And the anchor scripture of Heavenly Portal last year was every good work, being prepared for every good work, right? And so I wrote it down in my notes. And I remember I came with my friend and I just looked at her and I pointed at what I wrote, every good work. And she was like, that's it. And that was it. Right. And so we now could forge on, you know, fully. And it was clear. God gave me, you know, clear confirmation that that was the name. And we could go on with the conference planning and everything. This was like, I guess, like 2 months or a month before the conference. So there was a lot that needed to happen very quickly. But what I learned in that is that it's okay to take a step back. It's okay to reassess, right? And so that was a situation where I felt stuck, but I knew that I needed to hear from God, or, you know, be in that place of just stay in that place of understanding before I move forward. And that transformed the journey. I can imagine, I don't want to imagine if I just stuck with the name just because of time. And then, you know, it wasn't now working out, you know. So just looking back, I'm just thankful for that, you know, slower pace, it felt like, but now I'm able to now soar.
Move faster. Ooh, I love it. I love it. It's just buttresses, you know, what DDK will always say. Like, your vision is not you cooking up something in your head. You are co-creating with God. So if there's a glitch there, you have to, like, it's a must to go back to the source and say, what are we supposed to be doing again, Lord? Like, and that's exactly what you did with going back and taking that pace and just not allowing, you know, all the different pressure points get to you, but to say, no, I'm going to sit. Even under the pressure, I'll still sit, and I believe I'll get the answer. And you got the answer. So congratulations, and thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, please, Lady Fumi.
All right, thank you so much for that question. So for me, I believe that execution is about adaptability. Definitely, there will be times when things will not go the way we have planned it. And I'll take my own journey as an example. When I was coming into VCAP, my idea was that this 1 year, I must build my app, and also we must have the device. You know, with VCAP, I was able to clarify. Then it dawned on me that, okay, this might be a longer journey. And then I said, okay, at least the minimum viable product, we have the app ready, and then we can take the next phase and do the hardware, you know, device later on. So as we were going, I saw that, and you're in a kind of environment where by the 5th month, 6th month into VCAP, people are already launching. And then we have the small group, and then we are talking, people already, I'm like, people are already launching. But then my project is starting. So it wasn't going as I expected in terms of timeline. So it was getting delayed. At that point, what did I do? I had to adapt. I had to pivot. You know, I had to say, what will I be doing right now? And that was when we started to, you know, what can we do to get ready for the launch of the app? We started to work on branding. I did my personal branding, my corporate branding, and then we're putting together a team. Then I started a structured masterclass program for my parent community, something that I've not really been doing before. And it wasn't that it was part of but we just saw that we needed to prepare the people. We needed to start to, you know, nurture the people in preparation for Riser. So Riser is the name of the app, you know, that is to be launched. And then while that was delaying, I had to pivot. So I believe execution is about adaptability. We have to be flexible. You know, we have to go back to the drawing board and say, what else can I do right now? And sometimes people, and I also see it this way, it's good to be in a good environment where everybody is motivating, we're all motivating ourselves. But I also look at my vision. I see 2 visionaries, see us as people, 2 farmers planting 2 different crops, right? One person is planting a corn, another person is planting cocoa. And we all know that the maturation period for each of those crops differ. So we know that it will take, for example, the growth cycle for corn could be like 3 to 4 months. You already have it fully ready. You have the fruits, you're ready to eat, And then when you're planting cocoa, it will take longer. That could be like 3 to 4 years. So I need to really put myself in a situation where I understand where I'm going. I keep focused on the vision. Keep focused on the vision. Why I'm celebrating all other visionaries with what they're doing. I'm collaborating with them and celebrating. I keep my focus on where I'm going because I know I have a longer maturation period, a longer growth cycle for my crop that I'm planting. So that's the way I see it. And then sometimes people, when things don't go well, maybe there's a failure. What I wanted to say to people is that we should learn to take failure as feedback that will help us to refine what we are doing and not to retreat. Because what most people do is to really, stop and then they're discouraged. So it should give you an idea of, okay, what can I do? What can I refine? What can I be doing now? Go back to the drawing board and ask God, Lord, how do you want me to handle this situation? So that's what I will leave with people. So execution is about adaptability. Be flexible, be adaptable. There are people that will come into VCAP with a particular vision. Things will change and they will just take a new direction. You need to be flexible. As long as you keep your focus and the goal, you will get there and you'll be successful.
Ooh, so good. I love it. Take failure as feedback in order to refine, not retreat. Woo! Say word. That was so good. I love it. Thank you so much. Okay, let's take a breather here to just go into the comment section so that I see what's going on there. Like people are like, hey, what's going on? Wow. Lady Iyo says, no need for comparison or competition amongst visionaries, unlike in the world out there where it's harder to work with certain people on your vision. Absolutely. They are there. We don't, how Eric Dugal say, we don't do that here. Competition. No. We don't do that here.
No, we don't.
Absolutely. So please, in the comment section, can you tell me what is one thing that has jumped at you so far that you're saying, you see this one, I am taking it with me, I am framing it, and I am hammering it in my head as I go along on my own journey or my own visionary journey in 2025. Let me see you drop it quickly. Yvonne says, oh man, failure can be reframed. Absolutely. Failure can be reframed. Right. Who else wants to drop one of the things that is jumping out for them? What are you hearing? What are you hearing in this moment? Right. Kemi says, wow, different crops and different growth period. That is such a different and reflective perspective. I love it. Thank you, Kemi, the change maker. Thank you so much. Awesome. So I'm going to ask us one more question and before we go on a quick water break, and then we'll come back to wrap it up. My next question for you, my beautiful visionaries, is what role did accountability structure play in ensuring follow through on commitment? And I want you to be as detailed as possible with accountability, what that looked like for you and what that means for you.
Okay. Do you want me to go? Okay, so
right.
I think one of the greatest thing that VCAP does for you is, to put in place the accountability system. It works so well. If it helps you to achieve a lot, something that you think you cannot do on your own, or if you're kind of person that really get discouraged, because life will happen to people. There are things that will happen that will really discourage you along the path. And that's where your accountability coach comes in. They are the people that are cheering you up, they're clapping for you, they are helping you see possibilities, things that how you could do it. You're co-creating with them, you're brainstorming with them, and they're helping you, to go along. So for VCAP, when I came into VCAP, the first meeting I had with my accountability coach, Coach Amaka, we were talking and everybody was talking, what's your vision for VCAP? What do you come in? We're all sharing. After that meeting, within the next less than 24 hours, I got a detailed email about welcome to VCAP. This is what you said you've done. But in all that you've said, you have not told us who you are becoming. I'm like, and so because of that, do this, and submit it by Friday. I told my husband, these people are not joking at all. I said, these people are not joking. I said, come and see the email they sent to me. And then I sat with the email with deadline. You know, you want to respect yourself. So I sat with it. I was walking through and I was really, what did I actually say? Okay, maybe I need to refine it. Okay, the person I am becoming, that's really important. I wasn't paying too much attention to that. They help you see, you know, your blind spot, what you are not seeing. So it's really profound. And apart from that, there's a structure within VCAP that on a weekly basis, your accountability coach is checking in with you. What did you say you're going to do this week? And then you're going to say, by Friday, we want to see what you have done. That alone will help you to execute. Even if you're naturally someone that's always laid back, you kind of, allow things to pile up without doing it. Knowing that somebody is going to ask you what you have done, put some fire in your bomb, and then you start to walk. So that system was really profound. And there are times that with my accountability coach, we just get on a call. We are brainstorming possibilities. I remember there was a time we had called for like 1 hour. We are brainstorming the possibilities of where Riser could be used, where I've not even thought of, where we could package the things that we could, different kind of audience that this could be applicable to. And it was just mind-blowing. So those are the kind of things that you see that's packaged for you in VCAP to ensure that you succeed. And also, you are also put in a small group of people, visionaries, doing great things. And then you'll see what they're doing. You're really sharing each other on. That motivation, keeps you going. So it's really profound. It's a system that is really, it's a game changer for me, having an accountability coach and putting a system in place that help you to stay on course on what you have said you're going to do. And throughout the program, eternally grateful for the opportunity to have that within VCAP. So that will be my response.
Fantastic. Love it. Like they're not here to play. Yes, visionary IJ.
Yeah, so in terms of like accountability structures, I would say the labs kept us accountable because you have people you're seeing, and the lab, is the WhatsApp groups, right? And you're in groups of, I think, 4 or 5, depending. Yeah. And so the labs kept me accountable. I'm seeing what, as Visionary Fumi said, you're seeing what everyone else is doing, and you're just like, what's going on with me? I honestly want to say that I wouldn't have done the conference or even launched Every Good Work if I wasn't on VCAP. It wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened, right? There was so much contention, so much going on at the same time. But because of my accountability coach who kept coming back, okay, so where are we? I even remember like a week before the conference, we're just putting out the flyers, right? And I remember Coach EJ checking up on me. Okay, so where's the flyer? Where is it? I want to share it. Because of her, I had to get everything done very quickly. And I feel like for me, it was live or live. It was live or live. I felt like I didn't even have a choice, right? There was no way out of this. You know how sometimes we can procrastinate our way out of everything. We'll just be like, oh, do you know what? I'll just do it next year. I mean, I just launched the company. We're just starting afresh. We're just recreating the vision. Why do I have to have a conference this year? I can have it next year. Like, it's very easy to talk your way out of anything. But I feel like the accountability kept me grounded. I didn't have a choice. It was live or live. Like, there was no opportunity for anything else. And, I feel like with the generosity of DDK and the program and just everything that it entails, there's just so much. There's the execution blueprints, there's the tracker, there's the roadmap, there's the core curriculum, there's the accountability coaches, there's the labs. Like, you cannot, like, those structures were just there and they were useful, they were helpful. And I can honestly say that I wouldn't have launched Every Good Work if not for VCAP. So yeah.
Wow, amazing. I'm just smiling as I hear you guys recount, especially the structure, that VCAP has really put in place to ensure that it doesn't matter. It's not, like DDK will say, it's not about your personality. And Dina said that yesterday, like, execution is not personality focused. It's not that. It's no respecter. It's not that I am sanguine, so I
Respect any
will
person.
execute. No. I'm introverted, so I will take my time. No, it's like there is a pressure. And you know how DDK will say it, like it's a stretch and not
Yeah.
stress. The type of pressure that will stretch you, not the type that will stress you. That's the type that you encounter on VCAP. The one that will make you see that this work is too much, oh, but you are still carrying it. This
Possible.
load is plenty, but you are still lifting your weight. You are still showing up. You are still doing it. I can go on and on days that some visionaries will like, oh, I beg, I'm not doing it again. Is it your people's vision? Maybe it's my vision.
Honestly, that's how I felt. That's how I felt. Yeah.
Like, is it your vision? Why are you people on my neck like this? But
But looking
it's
back
all
now, we're still alive. So we survived it.
absolutely.
Nothing happened.
You see, honestly, and it's so beautiful to see and to hear as you recount it and just see it tangibly, what the process and what the journey has been able to birth for you. So thank you so much for sharing. Like, it's just so beautiful. All right, so we're gonna take a 5 minutes breather, a water break. So guys, get up where you are, stretch a bit if you can, or grab a cup of water just to, let's, my guests too, I want them to kind of wet their throats so quickly for just 5 minutes, and we'll be right back, to continue to wrap up the session.
My name is Adeola Babatunde, and I'm the Chief Learning Officer at Present Academy, an organization that helps women build their confidence in public speaking. And my VCAP goal was to help at least 1 million women build and sustain profitable businesses in Africa. I'm super proud of the accomplishments I made in this cohort. I was able to structure my business and I was able to buy back my time, because one of the challenges I came in with was managing my time. And in VCAP, I was able to get that time back and I was able to use it to the points where I was able to grow the business and really do great things. I'm also very proud of the relationships I have built, particularly in my lab, with my coach and my fellow lab members. That is such a huge win for me in this cohort. Wow, the coaching calls with DDK were transformational. I'm not DDK for such a long time, but hearing her speak on the coaching calls reminded me that I needed to be more intentional about my vision. I needed to be very specific and data-driven about our results. We needed to capture all these details so that we could be very specific in what we are doing, how we're doing it, and the results we are achieving, so that we can tell a story. We're not just stuck thinking, oh, we're doing nothing. When we put all this data together, we're able to tell a story, we're able to measure our progress, and we're able to help others believe that it is possible. So those calls, very instrumental for me, and it helped me realize that I needed to be more data-driven in my approach as a visionary. If you're planning to join VCAP in the next cohort, my only advice to you is sign up quickly. Sign up quickly so that you can start to get your mind into a place where you know that you need to create time for the next 40 weeks. You need to get into that space where you know that the next 40 weeks, I'm going to be delivering, I'm going to give my best, I'm going to be sacrificing, giving my time, creating space in my life to fit the next 40 weeks in. So sign up quickly and begin to create space in your life to fit in the next 40 weeks. You can come and thank me later. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Bola Mateloko. Most people call me Coach BMO. I had the privilege of being an expert mentor on this squad of the VCAP program, and I have to tell you that it was a very fulfilling and satisfying experience. I met a lot of ladies who had vision, thanks to the extraordinary visionaire of this program, Debola Deji Kurumi. We all call her DDK. I was just saying to her that I have to give her flowers because of just the vision that she has, and now she has been able to run with it. So my session, I taught them how to create processes and systems to help them succeed in their business. Because apart from being a coach, I'm also an entrepreneur myself. So we talked a lot about putting in the systems, the processes, and I'm really looking forward to see how they run with that, how they scale in their businesses, how they excel doing the things that we talked about, the practical things. Because I did a very, very practical session with them. So just to be able to see how they would run with those things, I'm looking forward to it. But I know that a lot of them, they were very eager, they were very excited, and I'm sure that they will do just that. And I just wish the graduates a very, very, very big congratulations. And my prayer is that as they go forth, everything that they have learned, they will be able to apply it and begin to enter into a season of greatness. If you have not signed up, what are you waiting for? This is an experience that cannot be missed. And so if you are watching, run right now and go sign up for the next cohort. And I guarantee you it will be a life-changing experience. Yes.
Exactly. If you're not yet signed up, what are you waiting for? Run now. You can see on the screen, it says to apply for VCAP class of 2025. Use this link, http myvisionarycompass.com/apply-VCAP to go and apply for it. And then for further question regarding VCAP, you can send an email to info@myvisionarycompass.com. Thank you so much, dear visionary IJ and Fumi, for being here again and for sharing so beautifully so far. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, remember again that VCAP is open to male and female as long as you're a visionary, all right? So it's not for women only. Men are also welcome into the community. And also remember that tomorrow is going to be our last day here on the show. So you don't want to miss it. You know that always the best is always reserved for the last. And guess what? Beyond the panel session tomorrow, we're also going to be having pitch. It's called Air. We're going to be having bold pitches. So please come on, come all, come one, come all to be a part of the pitches, to listen to people, sharing about their businesses. It's going to be exciting. So you don't want to miss it. All right. So coming back to you, my ladies, I want to ask, one more question, and then we'll take some questions from the audience, and then we'll wrap up tonight. So on this, journey of visionary, being a visionary, right? Scaling that vision, requires maintaining momentum. And I think you ladies have mentioned part of it, even on the journey so far, from when it was, on idea level to what it was and how you kept reiterating it to become the big thing it was. So scaling this vision requires maintaining momentum. What strategies do you use to keep pushing forward after reaching an initial milestone? Because now, for example, you spent 40 weeks in VCAP and you've gotten here. How do you keep moving forward? Not say, you have arrived. What are you doing to maintain momentum, after reaching a set goal or reaching a milestone on your journey or your visionary journey?
AJ, do you want to go?
Okay. So I feel like it's a very interesting question because you never fully arrive, right? So when you get to one milestone, it's just showing you that there's so much more that you need to do. I feel like what keeps me moving forward, I think it's very important to write the vision, make it plain, right? Have a picture of what you're trying to achieve so that when you hit one milestone, it's very easy for you to see that there's still a couple more steps for you to get to where you're going. And so because I feel like you never really arrive, right? I mean, if, for example, my mission is to reach 1 million women, if I reach 1 million women, I'm only just getting started. right? So that is now really my foundation, and there's so many women to reach. I mean, how many women do we have globally in the world? And so I think that first of all is understanding that you're on a journey. It's a marathon. It's not a race. It's not a sprint. You're not trying to get there in like 2 days. It's so important to take your time and take it one step at a time, and even understand that, that's why, it's very important to be driven by impact, because if you're driven by what you're doing, then it will be very easy to say, oh, I've arrived, so let me rest, or I've gotten to where I want. But when you see that there's so many women who, are confused, don't know what they're called to do, don't understand who they are in God, don't understand their identity, there's so much that, needs to be done. Even when it comes to my gender inclusion work as well, you see that a lot of women, when you get on projects, policy work, everything, women might not really be considered in the way that they should be, So there's so much work to do. You never really reach it. And so I think that is just a mindset of understanding that even if you've hit one milestone, there's so many milestones to go. And even when you complete all the milestones, you're only just getting started. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Knowing that you are continuously, and again, I think, if you really set that foundation that you're co-creating with God, and if God is still creating, who are you to not say, I've done now, I've done. And he can always pivot you to the next level. Absolutely. Yes, Lady Fumi, please go forward.
So for me, answering that question, I would say you have to keep your big goal, your big vision in focus. Keep your eye on it, so that you know that this is where I'm going. I've not yet arrived, because you will have wins, right? You have success. You have achieved something. It's okay to measure your success and also to celebrate them. Then don't sit down on it. Measure the success, celebrate what you have done, and then start to. There's what DK taught us about, the zone where you high recovery zone. You've done a lot, you've achieved, and then you recover. Take that time, rest, recuperate, get energy back, and then ask what's the next thing we're doing. And the way God works with us, He gives us something that He wants us to focus on for particular season, season by season, and that's the best thing. One thing. What is it that you are highlighting for me to do at this time? You've done that thing, and then you celebrate that success. The next thing is that, God, what is next for me? So if we cultivate the habit of asking what is next, and God will begin to show us what is the next thing for us to do. So we don't start to sit there and celebrate and build a big tabernacle around one thing. But God is saying that I'm moving you to the next, but you're still there, enjoying the success of that. So we need to constantly keep the vision, the big goal, the big vision in view, and knowing that this is good. So success is good at this point, but what's next for me? And the second thing I would say is that to stay rooted in that catalytic community that we talked about, and that is what VCAP provides for you. Now VCAP has finished, another one is starting, but we have that system, we have that group of alumni group where you're seeing people constantly saying this is what is next, this is what they're doing. So there's no how you will have to sit, you will be sitting on your own success, you'll be thinking, what is the next thing for me to do? So that's really, that kind of environment motivates you, keeps you going, and then you're seeing everybody doing the same thing, doing different things in their own little ways, and then you say, okay, Lord, what's next for me? And then you keep going. So celebrate small wins, celebrate your successes, recuperate, rest, gather energy again, and move to the next. So that's what I would say.
Love it. Love it. It's like the word God created. Yes, He rested, but He's still, working on His redemption plan consistently. And as people are making themselves available, He's using them, He's sending them out, one by one, two by two. So it's a continuous journey. And I like how you say that it's a journey, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Dr. Donna says, come on, sisters, go ahead and make the decision and let's move forward together. I have made my decision and I am excited to grow. We love it. All right. People online, please let me know if you have any question. Would love to take one or two. or some. Let's see how many we can take before we wrap up tonight. So please, what questions do you have for our visionaries before we wrap up tonight? What questions do you have? Please type them out in the comment section. Type them out in the comment section. While we're waiting for the question to come in, I want to quickly touch on, celebrating the little wins. Celebrating the little wins. What are your go-to celebration models or formula? Do you have any? Do you have how you celebrate? Do you have a timing for it? Like, how long should I celebrate for before I move to the next? Things like that.
Okay. For me, I don't really have a particular, formulas or something. I would say I am not so extroverted, but also not so introverted in a way. But so for me, celebration might not be like going to party or going out to. I could take myself out, or my husband could do that. And when VCAF was finishing, he bought me a gift. He bought me flower to celebrate the work. For me, that's enough celebration. And we took pictures. We had wine. So for me, it's enough celebration of, oh, the hard work you have done, because he could see the difference. He could see, it was like mind blowing. I didn't have chance to really talk about all of those things. He could see, and I could see the kind of person I have become, judging from where I was before VCAP. So we celebrated that. Those are small wins. Even though my Rise Up app is going to launch soon, I still have a lot of things to celebrate. So for me, our way of celebrating would just be with families, have good food, the gifts, kind of things. So that's what
Love it. Love it. Congrats on the app launching soon. We can't wait to celebrate with you and to, get our hands on it and to also spread the word to the world. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Lady IJ.
How I celebrate, I think I rest. I spend time with my family and just unplug from everything else, even if it's for a day or 2 days. Just stay at home, don't go to work. Yeah, that's how I celebrate. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Simple, very simple. No, not too much, Serere. I love it. All right. I see you people on Instagram. Thank you for joining. The knowledgeable ladies, thank you for joining. Please, if you have any questions for our guests, please throw them out at us today. Okay. The team is looking at your comments and they're going to, speak to that. But please, if you have any questions, in the comment, let me know. Let me see them. Type them out. I think people are already pumped up. Like, oh my God, I want to be in VCAP. I'm applied. I'm waiting. God, please let them choose me. I love it. Don't worry. You will be chosen. Okay. I hope you'll be chosen. And just know that regardless, you are a visionary. And whatever it is that you have picked from our conversation so far, you can literally run with some of them to start to execute on your own vision as well. Somebody is asking, no, VCAP is not free. It's not free. It's a 1-year program. It's a 40 weeks program. It is not free. So yeah, but please do apply and find out, what you can do, right? So let me ask this question while we're waiting for the audience to ask, because we'll be wrapping up anytime soon. For visionaries that are ready to take action, what is one powerful step that they can take today to set their execution journey in motion? For visionary that they are pumped up already. Now, this is whether they get into VCAP or not. What would you say is an action or one powerful action step that they can take to set their execution journey in motion?
Good question. So if I may answer that question, I would say one powerful thing that you can do that I did was to set system in place. It was a game changer for me. And to do that, the first thing I did was to really, align myself with my identity, be clear on my identity, who I want to become. So starting from there, what kind of a leader do I want to become? What kind of a visionary do I want to become? What kind of a mom or a wife do I want to become? So having that clear understanding of the identity, and that is inspired from James Clear's book Atomic Habits, talking about identity-based habit formation. So once you align what you're doing with who you want to become, it just sets the motion for you, helps you to get going. So for me, for every action and everything I want to do, my question is, how does this align with the person I am becoming, or I want to become? What will a visionary do in this situation? What will a leader do in this situation? So asking those questions in alignment with who I want to become help me to set things. And that really trickles down into planning my day, setting up my system. Will a visionary be active? Yes. Do you want to work on your body, your health and everything? So I set a system there for myself to regularly exercise every day to keep fit. And I could say in the year I did VCAP was the year I exercised the most, because I could say 301 days out of 365 days I exercised in the morning with an app. And I'm doing the app and I'm seeing that app. It wasn't never that before, but something happened in VCAP. My orientation, my perspective, paradigm shifts, and then I had to set all those systems in place to help me. So in VCAP, we always talk about managing your energy, your FET, focus, energy, and time. What's my focus? So this activity, somebody is calling you to go to a party. How does that align with who I am becoming? How will I fit that in the assignment that I have at the moment? So I've had to respectfully say no to a number of things. Because for me, saying yes to VCAP means saying no to some other things. I had to prioritize. I had to know, what's my focus? What's my energy? When am I most productive? How will I, my calendar is there. It's mind blowing, the kind of results that I got, and the change and the changes that happened to me. So I would say the game changer is putting system in place. Set up system for yourself. Now be brutally honest with your time, with what you have and what you can accommodate, what you cannot accommodate. Set priority. Take note of your energy, of your focus, of your time. I have a toddler. After 10 years of gap, right? I have a toddler. With that, she never misses her morning and evening routines because I put that in my system
in
place. So it was a game changer. So if you're a visionary, you're thinking of going on this journey, or in your personal life, please set system in place. It's a game changer. It really helps you, because you can't leave your success to chance. You need to systemize everything. Yeah. So that's
Love it. You can't leave your success to chance. You have to systemize them. I love that. I love that. Yes, Lady IJ, please go for it.
So I would say as well, focus. There's something that DDK says. There was something she said once, and it just stuck with me. She was saying how her calendar is booked out for the year. So she's not like she has put in the structures in her life, right, to allow for her vision, right? And I feel like that really shifted my mindset on, this visionary journey. Like there has to be focus, and the focus has to be on your vision, right? And so coming in into the program, you have to be ready to be focused on your vision, right? You have to be ready to say no to a lot of things, as visionary Fumi said. But one thing that I'm also learning is that vision prunes relationships, right? Vision also prunes your appetite to certain things. There are certain things that just have to fall off, right? There are certain things that cannot take space again in your life in the way that they used to. Even when visionary Fumi was talking about working out, interestingly, since I left VCAP, I've been working out consistently this year, which is not something I've ever done in my life, by the way. So this is a big deal, right? And it's not just any type of working out. I'm doing CrossFit, right? And this is because I understand that my mental capacity has to be there for me to be able to execute everything that I'm supposed to. And so I feel like, in terms of the powerful step that you need to take, I think it's just understanding that your mindset is going to change. Your mindset is going to shift, and you have to be focused, right? Now, I don't, the thing about just putting yourself available for any opportunity that comes, as opposed to you having set up your own opportunities. So you're no longer waiting for things to happen to you. You're going out and making things happen. And so that's a mindset shift that has to happen. And it comes from you, first of all, saying, you know what, I'm going on this journey. It's 40 weeks. I mean, I'm saying it now because hindsight is 50-50. Abi, how do they say it? It's easy for me to say now, but honestly, this is my advice, right? Because now I feel like I'm now fully living out everything that, I was learning last year, right? But if you really want to embody the experience, enjoy it, I feel like focus is important. If this is something that you said you're going to do, focus on that vision, put in the work, put in the structures, as Visionary Fumi said, and just focus, hone in on it. But understand that your vision is going to prune your relationships. Things will change. Things will change. If you're going to go into VCAP and do it with the full weight of what you're supposed to do, things will change. Things will fall off. Things will drop. Your appetite will change, right? Certain things I used to want to do before, there's no time again. There's really no time. Your accountability coach is calling you. I've not seen your tracker. You've not updated your tracker. Even though you've updated your tracker, you've not said complete for task 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where are we on this, right? So I feel like your appetite will change, your relationships will change, the way that you see, even the way that you see yourself as well, because now it is your vision. And so you're the one that now has to put in the structures for your vision to work. You're the one that has to align your calendar to your vision, not to be bringing in somebody else's. I'm not saying that you don't take on other things, but then your own is laid out first and then everything else comes in, right?
Come around it.
So,
yes, absolutely. So good, so good. I mean, you ladies have just been phenomenal. I could listen to you all night long. But thank you so much for coming in with your A game and for sharing from your experience and for just being the example, of what, the produce, of what VCAP can do to somebody, especially when you put your mind to it, when you apply yourself to the systems and structure that VCAP has provided, like pruning, refinement, is certain at the end of the journey. And both of you are simply proof of that. So thank you so much for being a part of the conversation today. Everyone, thank you for joining us today. I hope that you've learned a lot. Before I let you go, drop me one more line of something you are going away with tonight to say, Visionary Talk Show Day 2. This one, I am going with it. Let's remind ourselves again. So drop in the comment section for me. Let me see. What are you living here with? What are you living here with? But again, with that, I just want to say thank you to you ladies. Thank you for joining us. We are back again here tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. West African time. And we're going to be having another panel session plus a bold pitch tomorrow. So you want to be a part of that. Somebody says, yes, what are you taking? Visionaries Day 2 was catalytic. Emanuela says, thank you, Visionaries. Day 2 was catalytic. Thank you so very much. God, this is wow, glory, Daniel says. Sam Kelly Siwe says, I need structures. You are welcome to join us on VCAP. All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. Right, so this is where we draw the curtain for tonight till we come your way again for the final lap. Please don't miss it. If there's anyone should be here tomorrow, please send them this way. And of course, if you have anyone who should listen to the conversation we had here today, also please share the YouTube link to them to say, you need to watch this. You need to listen to this. You need to learn from this conversation. All right, fantastic. Okay, Fav Lola says structure are so important as with that, you put yourself and your vision first, and you have a cut down on other things that don't align with your vision. That's the stake. That's Fave Lola's takeaway. Thank you so much. Thank you for that fantastic recap. All right. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Thank
and
you.
We'll see you back tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Coach EJ. Bye.
Thank you,
Miss
Bye.
Fumi.
Bye.
Super excited to be here. My name is Oluwadamola Oguntolu, but you can call me Dami, and I cannot begin to explain to you the level of excitement. If horses could really fly inside me, they would just be flying, and I'm so excited. I am grateful. I am elated. I am happy. I don't even know the feeling. It's inquantifiable, really, but being in VCAP has been such a blessing to me, and I wish VCAP to everybody that I love. And even those that cannot see, I wish them VCAP so that they can come into the light, so they can step forward, and that's exactly how I feel. VCAP is such a blessing, and I joined VCAP initially out of curiosity. I had something that was burning, but I wasn't sure exactly what it was. I couldn't put my hand on it, but I had a plethora of ideas, a list of things that I wanted to do. And I couldn't just say, okay, this is what I wanted to focus on. This is where I want to be. This is how I want to do it. There's a caliber of people that I need to meet. And then I took a leap of faith and signed up and got in. And the moment that I stepped in, I knew that I was at home. But also being in VCAP, within the first few weeks, I could tell that VCAP was going to require my blood. And I was ready to give it. Because if I wasn't going to go that far for something that I believed in, how then do I expect people that don't know me to believe in me and go even further for the cause that I'm fighting for? So yeah, VCAP is a life changer. VCAP is a game changer for me. It has opened my eyes. It has given me a platform. It has given me people. It has given me possibilities. It has given me progress. It has enriched my reasoning. And I cannot just wait to take it further from here. So if I was timid before I joined VCAP, I've become bold. I've become a mighty lion. And there's so much more that can be done afterwards. My coach is going to listen to this. I should just be like, visionary, damn me. But the accountability coach played a huge part. And I'll tell you why. Many of us have ideas. We put these things down. We have a 90-day plan. We pen them down, beautiful words, we put them on Excel sheets, color code them. Many at times we leave it there. It's always very beautiful to say, I have a goal, I did this, I wrote it down, I've casted my vision, I've imprinted it, I put it on a board, everything, It's very beautiful to talk about it, talk about your vision board. But the most important part is executing that vision and seeing it come to life. And if not for the accountability coach that I had, for Dr. J, that was always on my door virtually to say, oh, visionary, damn, we said we're going to do this, where are we? And because I'm a person of my word, I don't want a coach to come and meet me and then I'll not start stuttering, like I don't know what I'm doing. So it now becomes a pressure that I put on myself before she comes to say, oh yeah, where's the thing I asked you for that you said you were going to give me? I'll just send it to her, pium, pium, pium. And so yeah, the accountability coach system really played a huge role. And I even think I want to take it further to ensure that even the other visions and ideas and steps that I need to take afterwards, after this VCAP program, that I stick to it. So I'll tell them, do it afraid. You don't have to be sure. Don't think about the money that you don't have. Think about the lives that would transform when you execute your vision. If the lives that you would transform when this vision is executed is short, even 1.2 times more than what you stand to gain, then you should do it. Don't think about your money. Don't think about your background. Don't think about what you will lose. Don't think about your timidity. Don't think about what you don't have. Just think about what would happen to people connected to this vision if I do it. And when you see the possibilities for them, then there's not, our coach will say, when you have a mission, you don't need permission, just go on. Hello, my name is Bola Mateloko. Most people call me Coach BMO. I had the privilege of being an expert mentor on this squad of the VCAP program. And I have to tell you that it was a very fulfilling and satisfying experience. I met a lot of ladies who had vision, thanks to the extraordinary visionaire of this program, Debola Deji Kurumi. We all call her DDK. I was just saying to her that I have to give her flowers because of just the vision that she has, and now she has been able to run with it. So my session, I taught them how to create processes and systems to help them succeed in their business. Because apart from being a coach, I'm also an entrepreneur myself. So we talked a lot about putting in the systems, the processes, and I'm really looking forward to see how they run with that, how they scale in their businesses, how they excel doing the things that we talked about, the practical things. Because I did a very, very practical session with them. So just to be able to see how they would run with those things, I'm looking forward to it. But I know that a lot of them, they were very eager, they were very excited, and I'm sure that they will do just that. And I just wish the graduates a very, very, very big congratulations. And my prayer is that as they go forth, everything that they have learned, they will be able to apply it and begin to enter into a season of greatness. If you are not signed up, what are you waiting for? This is an experience that cannot be missed. And so if you are watching, run right now and go sign up for the next cohort. And I guarantee you it will be a life-changing experience. Yes.
My name is Adeola Babatunde, and I'm the Chief Learning Officer at Present Academy, an organization that helps women build their confidence in public speaking. And my VCAP goal was to help at least 1 million women build and sustain profitable businesses in Africa. I'm super proud of the accomplishments I made in this cohort. I was able to structure my business and I was able to buy back my time, because one of the challenges I came in with was managing my time. And in VCAP, I was able to get that time back and I was able to use it to the points where I was able to grow the business and really do great things. I'm also very proud of the relationships I have built, particularly in my lab, with my coach and my fellow lab members. That is such a huge win for me in this cohort. Wow, the coaching calls with DDK were transformational. I'm not DDK for such a long time, but hearing her speak on the coaching calls reminded me that I needed to be more intentional about my vision. I needed to be very specific and data-driven about our results. We needed to capture all these details so that we could be very specific in what we are doing, how we're doing it, and the results we are achieving, so that we can tell a story. We're not just stuck thinking, oh, we're doing nothing. When we put all this data together, we're able to tell a story, we're able to measure our progress, and we're able to help others believe that it is possible. So those calls, very instrumental for me, and it helped me realize that I needed to be more data-driven in my approach as a visionary. If you're planning to join VCAP in the next cohort, my only advice to you is sign up quickly. Sign up quickly so that you can start to get your mind into a place where you know that you need to create time for the next 40 weeks. You need to get into that space where you know that the next 40 weeks, I'm going to be delivering, I'm going to give my best, I'm going to be sacrificing, giving my time, creating space in my life to fit the next 40 weeks in. So sign up quickly and begin to create space in your life to fit in the next 40 weeks. You can come and thank me later. Thank you.